everyone, welcome back to Modern Retro Gal. My name's JL in case you're new to my channel, and today I figured we would do a get ready with me, and we are going to discuss skin while we're doing it, which is kind of weird. We're not going to really discuss the makeup. We're going to kind of more talk about skin, but I figured I would kill two birds with one stone. So everything that I use on my face, I will list and link down below. So if I don't talk about it that much and you're like, what was that? It'll be listed down below. If there's anything that I kind of mention in the video, like I have some new stuff that I'm trying out. I'm tired. Whew. Oh, I forgot. I got my coffee. Oh well. If there is anything new that I kind of mention in this video as far as makeup, that you're like, hey, I want you to do another video a little bit more in depth, just let me know and I will do that for you. So, I had a request to do a video about how I have kind of rebalanced my skin. For reference, at one time my skin was very dry, and then it went very oily, and then it kind of went combination, and it would go in between oily and dry depending on the season, if I was using products that irritated my skin, just that kind of stuff. A couple new things that I am using is this brand called Beauty Bakery. It is Woman of Color owned. I talked about their liquid lipstick in a favorites, so I got a new foundation for them in a shade that matches better for me. So I'm mixing their baking oil in with the foundation because I feel like for my skin that works a little bit better. This is a demi matte foundation, and I just feel like it looks better on my skin when I mix the oil and the foundation together, and it doesn't make it oily at all. So anyways, I have worked really hard to get my skin to the point where it's at. This isn't going to be like use this specific product and it's going to solve all your skincare problems. This is more of, it's going to be trial and error. You may find products that work really great, and you may try products that don't work so great. And you may use products that work great for a while, and then your skin may change, because it does. It changes seasonal, it changes annually, it changes as you get older. So that's kind of what we are going to talk about. One thing that I want to discuss is, you know, skincare is broken up into like, are you oily? Are you dry? Or are you combo? Are you noily? I guess that could be one. Are you normal? Are you very dry? Are you very oily? Are you this? Are you that? And sometimes your skin is more than one thing. Sometimes your skin can be a couple of those things. Sometimes it might change. So number one, I encourage you to not shop for your skincare based off of your skincare type. Because you may be missing out on products that will work for your skin. And you may be using products that you're like, man, like this is supposed to be for my skin type, but it's really not working. It's not doing what I want it to do. So that was one of the things that I learned. I stopped shopping for skincare for a specific skin type, and more what I was concerned about. I was concerned about dullness. I'm concerned about not age spots, but like sun damage. I have not super large pores, but I have visible, more enlarged pores. I have crepiness underneath my eyes because I am 38, and so, you know, it's also, some of it is genetic. It's just the way the skin is in the women in my family. You know, I'm starting to experience loss of firmness, the dropping of the jowls down here. This is all totally hereditary. There's not really much I can do about it except save up for plastic surgery. So whatever, it is what it is. It's gonna happen. Weight has a little bit to do with it, but not a ton. So, you know, those are the things that I started looking at. I also started looking for products that are balancing. And that's the main thing, is you want to look for products that are going to be balancing to the skin, because they're gonna work with just about any skincare type. It's not a given. Again, I've used some products that worked great for me. I have used some products that were supposed to be balancing or hydrating and didn't work great for me. So it's all trial and error. I look for products, even though I go through oilier phases, I will look for products that are hydrating. Hydrating is different than moisturizing. All skin needs hydration, even oily skin. Oily skin can be dehydrated. So looking for those types of products is really helpful. I still stand by the Derma E Hydrating Cleanser. I think it is a fantastic cleanser. It is my skin's favorite drugstore cleanser, and I think it is a cleanser that can work with just about any skin type, whether you're sensitive, oily, dry. It's going to work for you, in my opinion. I mean, of course, like, again, everyone's different. Everyone's skin is different, and everyone wants something different from their skincare. So depending on what it is you're looking for, and right now I'm looking for a brush, you know, that's kind of what you have to figure out. Other things is that I am big on a lot of steps. I have a lot of steps to my skincare. I just do. And if you look at kind of like more the Korean style steps of skincare, that's kind of what I based my skincare regimen off of. I don't follow theirs exactly, but I do a lot of the same similar steps. So if I'm wearing makeup, I pre-cleanse. There's a lot of different ways to pre-cleanse. You can do an oil cleanser, oil-based cleanser to remove your makeup. You can do makeup wipes. You can do micellar water. There's all kinds of things that are, you know, makeup melts, balms, whatever, that you can use for your skin. I feel like I'm getting like my hair all over my face. So, you know, it's one of those things where you kind of have to figure out what product works the best for you. Right now, I'm sort of in between products. I was having a hard time finding my micellar water from Pacifica that I really like. So it hasn't been in stock anywhere around here lately, so I picked something else up and I don't particularly love it, but it's doing the job. But sometimes I even have to use my regular cleanser a couple times to make sure I get everything off. So it's kind of just finding the right thing that works for you. So there is going to be a little bit of, like I said, trial and error. Hold on. I need to grab my highlight, unless I have it. I do. Okay. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you just have to kind of try some things out. But I encourage, like, if you have enlarged pores, look for treatments and what am I trying to say? Like serums and things like that that are going to work on pores. Okay, so I was going through what I do with my skin. That's what we were talking about. So I always pre-cleanse if I have makeup on, and then I always wash my face. After I wash my face, I tone. I always use a toner on my skin. I really like the Balancing Rose Water and Aloe from Little Barn Apothecary. Again, it's a balancing. They have 3 different toners. That's the balancing one. The thing with balancing products is they work to help with, hydrate the areas of your skin that need hydration more. And they help to kind of balance areas that may be oilier. So that's why looking for products that say that they are balancing is a really good start. The other thing too, especially if you're oily, it's really easy to get stuck into the trap of trying to use products that are going to minimize oil, stop you from getting oily, mattifying your skin. And the only issue with that is that those types of products can make skin oilier. Because your skin is like, wait, like we're getting dehydrated here. We're not producing any oil. We're suffocating. And so it can cause your skin to produce even more oil. So sometimes you kind of go through some, growing pains when you're trying to switch up your skincare. And I recommend doing one product at a time, switching up one product at a time to make sure that you don't end up with any like major reactions. Or if you do, you know what product it is. So for basic skincare days, after I tone, I use some sort of serum. I really haven't landed like on my most favorite skincare serum. But it kind of changes depending on what's going on with my skin. I will sort of change up my serum. So I don't necessarily have like one particular serum that I use all the time. That's one of those things where if my skin's drier, then or going through like a dry phase for whatever reason or having a hard time, I will use a serum for that. So serums are really cool because you can kind of customize them to whatever is going on with your skin. I don't really recommend using more than 2 serums at a time. And really, if you have a serum that does different things for your skin, then I only recommend using one. If you're just using like like a hyaluronic acid serum and like that's all it really is, then you could use it with then you could use another serum with it. But you need to make sure any serums that you do use, you want to make sure that you're reading the directions. If they have retinol, if they have vitamin C, you want to make sure that you're not overlapping anything that could end up irritating your skin. You want to make sure that you are using a good SPF, especially with retinol and vitamin C. Those both cause a higher rate of cell turnover, and it can also make your skin more apt to sunburns if you're out in the sun. So just make sure that whatever you use, you are reading the directions and taking heed of any warnings that they may have. So I also use an eye cream at night and during the day. I have really worked at finding ones that I can use at night and during the day under makeup and doesn't interfere with makeup. That's, again, it's going to be different for everyone because everyone's skin is different. Everyone's hormones are different. Right now, I'm using one from Honest Beauty. I really like it. It leaves everything nicely hydrated under my eyes. It soaks in really well, and it doesn't interfere with my makeup. Like, it doesn't make my under eye makeup slip and slide or anything like that. And then I use at night, I use right now a different moisturizer than I use during the day because I'm trying out a new one during the day that has an SPF, and it's meant to be like a day moisturizer, but I'm using the Pixie by Petra ceramide, rose ceramide at night. So other things that I do is I exfoliate once to twice a week. I prefer to do a chemical exfoliator over a physical exfoliator because I just find that for my skin in particular, it just works better. My skin just likes it better. It exfoliates better. I really like the one from The Ordinary. It's the BHA AHA combo one. It's pretty intense. So if you've never done a chemical exfoliator, I recommend starting with more like a lactic acid exfoliator in either 5 or 10%. Those you can use daily, and then you can work up to this one. This one, you really should not use it more than twice a week. And even for me, like, I alternate. Like, one week I'll do it twice a week, and then the next week I'll only do it once a week to make sure that I don't over exfoliate my skin. So I exfoliate. Some people like physical exfoliators, and that's fine. I just find, for me personally, that unless I'm getting a facial and they're using, a top grade quality, physical exfoliator, that a lot of the ones, that you can get in the stores, I'm just not a fan. They're okay. They kind of work, but I feel like eventually my skin sort of starts to feel like grimy. Because they're not really fully exfoliating my skin, and for whatever reason, my skin just likes a physical exfoliator or a chemical exfoliator better. I also try to do some sort of mask at least twice a week. So days that I don't exfoliate, I try to do 2 to 3 times a week some sort of mask. I have different masks. Masks are great because you can customize whatever kind of mask you want to what works for your skin. So again, I'm not going to necessarily recommend any specific masks, but everybody kind of knows what masks work best for their skin. So if you need something that's more moisturizing, you get a moisturizing mask. I personally recommend with masks to stick with things that are like detoxifying or like deep pore cleansing and hydrating. If you're going to use a separate exfoliator, I don't recommend masks necessarily that exfoliate the skin, because you don't want to over exfoliate. You really don't want to be exfoliating the skin more than twice a week with like a heavier duty exfoliator. Really gentle exfoliators like lactic acid, you can definitely use those daily. Because it's a slower exfoliation process, but you just want to whatever you do, be sure, I'm getting this all over the place. Be sure that you're not doing too much. And then, so that's pretty much nighttime. So daytime, I cleanse in the morning, I tone, I put on a serum, eye cream, and a day moisturizer. Now, whether you want to use a moisturizer that has SPF in it or use a separate SPF, that's totally up to you. It's totally preference. Right now I'm using one that does have an SPF in it. It was sent to me. I'll talk about it in another video. But I got it in to try out, and I'm actually surprised. I really like it. It's something that I will probably invest in again once I use it up, but I am really liking it. So my point is, when I look for things that I look for in moisturizers are things that are going to hydrate my skin, things that are going to soak in, and something that's going to last throughout the day. Again, if you're using if everything you're using on your face, like if you're oily, if everything you're using on your face is mattifying, your skin is going to continue to be oily throughout the day. So again, it is balancing. If you have really dry skin and you want like that matte look to the skin, your skin is going to look crackly and dry, drier than it is, because you need to use things that are more balancing. Unfortunately, there was this trend of everything being super matte, super flawless, and not everyone's skin, that doesn't work for everyone's skin. I have given up on that. I used to be all about the matte. Everything was matte, no shimmer, no shine, nothing. And I have found that, you know what? Having a more balanced, natural skin-like effect to my products looks better on my skin, especially now that my skin is more balanced. So it's kind of getting out of your own head and really getting into products that work better for your skin. Always use some kind of SPF. It's getting a lot easier now. There's a lot of products that are coming out that have SPF that works really well under makeup now. And there's even like setting sprays and primers that are coming out that have really good SPF in them. And so it's not going to be super heavy. Like the SPF the moisturizer that I have has an SPF of 30. It does not feel heavy at all on my skin when I wear it. It feels amazing. So I've been really impressed, and I kind of put it to the test and wore it out in the sun all day one day. And I didn't get a sunburn, and I didn't have it on any other SPF besides that particular product. And I was really... I also just realized that I didn't have my do-it-yourself ring light on this whole time, so hopefully this wasn't too dark. So like I was saying, what was I saying? I don't remember already. Isn't that sad? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I was done with my thought. Oh, SPF. So it's just really important that you protect your skin, especially if you are using products that, you know, are going to be exfoliating and all that kind of jazz. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I know this wasn't, hopefully this was helpful. I know I didn't really talk about a lot of like specific brands or products, but it's really going to be something that you have to kind of figure out which ones really work best for your skin, which products are going to balance your skin. So I encourage you to shop, look at your skin, and what is it that you want to change? And not just that it's oily. Look at your skin. Do you have fine lines? Do you have wrinkles? Do you have enlarged pores? Do you have dry patches? Look at those things, and then look at products that are specifically made to work with those. And then start to test out those products, whether they're supposed to be for oily skin or dry skin. There are some products I use that are for dry skin. There are some products I use that are targeted for oily skin. But they do what I'm looking for, something specific to the skin that I'm looking for them to do. And so, all together, it ends up working. And, it's not perfect, the system that I have going right now by any stretch of the imagination. I also have more than one kind of product. Like I have more than one kind of moisturizer depending on what's going on with my skin. I have more than one mask depending on what's going on with my skin. I have more than one serum depending on what's going on with my skin. So you're not going to necessarily get just like one flat skincare system that is going to work with you. As your skin changes, as things are going on with your skin, you're going to need different products in your arsenal. So that's one thing to also keep in mind. And what was the other thing that I wanted to mention? I know I'm running out of battery. Think, Jill, think. Yeah, the other thing that I would suggest is start with your cleanser. Again, I really think the Derma E Hydrating, I'm not sponsored by them. Like I have been trying to, but my channel is not quite there yet for their criteria, but I love that cleanser. It's vegan, it's cruelty free, it's really affordable. If you want to spend a little bit more money and you don't mind a product, if it's vegan or not, the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cleanser, again, fantastic cleanser. It has snail slime in it. That's why it's not vegan. But it's really nice. It's really, really good, and I think it'll work for a lot of different skin types. So I highly recommend starting with a moisturizer, then cleanser, then move to changing up your moisturizers. Whether you use a separate for day or night is totally up to you. I don't always, but because I did get this one product that is specifically a daytime cleanser, I've broken it up into a day and night cleanser or moisturizer. So go with that. Once you know things are going well with that, then you can start to change up your serums. Then you can look at your exfoliators. Then you can look at your masks. But you want to start small. And if something doesn't work for you or you don't like it, keep your receipt, take it back. Don't keep something just because you paid for it. Take it back. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And find something else that does. So that's really in a nutshell how I have rebalanced my skin so that I don't necessarily feel like I am oily or dry or combo. Sometimes it's just what's going on like hormonally with my body. Other factors to keep in mind, any medications that you're taking, look to see if there are any side effects that go with your skin. So if you're having issues with your skin, it could be something that is medication related, and as long as you have to be on that medication, it may not change. That's kind of a hard one. So keep that in mind too, that any medication that you're on, whether it's blood pressure, heart medication, birth control, hormone therapy, whatever it may be, whatever stage you're in your life, those things can affect your skin and how your skin reacts to skincare. And so you may only get so far with trying to keep things balanced as long as you're on a specific kind of medication. So anyways, this is my final look for today. I hope you had fun getting ready with me. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other skincare questions, if this didn't quite make sense, or you know, if you just kind of want clarification on something, go ahead and leave your comments below. I'll be more than happy to help out where I can. Just know that I'm not a licensed esthetician, nor am I a dermatologist. These are things that I have learned from estheticians and other people in the skincare field and makeup field, and have adopted into my routine and has worked for me, which is, again, why I haven't really talked about specific products, because I do have recommendations on my channel in my skincare playlist, so you can always check there. But everyone's skin is really different, and what works for my skin is not necessarily going to work for your skin because we're different. So it's really a trial and error, and it's taken me years. Like, it's taken me years to get to this point. This wasn't something that just happened overnight, or I just like grabbed some skincare products, bought them all, and poof, everything was better. So that is it for me. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you like this. Please give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. It helps me out to have my channel be seen by more people. If this is the first time visiting, I would love to have you as part of the family, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that you're always notified when I upload. Happy Friday, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.